And good morning everyone, and welcome back to my home cafe. Today we're going to make a nice hot drink on the Breville Barista Express Impress using the Impress puck system. So we're going to attempt to make a latte by extracting our espresso shot and then steaming our milk with the manual steam wand on this machine. So we will see how we go. Now I'm still fairly new to this for me, so it might not be too crash hot. But on that note, let's get started. Let's hit the button and get it underway. Winding away. This will give us an idea as to where we're at. All right, now come in and hit that. All right, so we've got a red light there, which means our dose level is probably, oh no, it's flashing, so we're too low. So, okay, what we do is we hit it again, make sure that's up. And we'll keep doing this until we get to the right, the ideal dose. All right, so we've got an improvement there, we're getting closer. So, touch it up again. Yep, there we go, it's only done a small one. And now we're on the right track. So we have our right dose and everything determined via the Impress puck system. So the next thing we need to do is to brew our coffee. Take him out. Got quite a good puck by the look of it. So the next step is to brew the coffee. Now, if we've got most of the stuff right, most of the settings right, then we should end up with our pressure gauge going up to around about 12 o'clock. So pop our glass under, a nice little latte glass there, and we'll hit the 2 cup brew button, which is, you have a single there and your double there, and then that's your power button. So let's start the brew process and see how we go. All right, so that's our pre-infusion. All right, we've started extracting. So we've got quite a good shot, and we're a little bit under the 12 o'clock, but we are still in the optimal range, which is basically what this machine will do for you. It will determine everything for you. So okay, so now the brewing process is finished, and we'll give that a second or two to finish dripping, which is done. So we've got quite a good shot, and that's a double shot. So we'll clear the thing out for a minute. So I'll just we'll come back in a second. Okay, that's our coffee extracted, and now the next step in the process for us is to steam and froth some milk. And this is a completely manual steam wand. So you have to will need to do everything yourself. So I have a little thermometer here which will tell us roughly what our temperature is going to be. So I'm going to be aiming for about 60, between 65 and 70 in the milk temperature. So I might just come around that side with it. Yep. So we've got that there so we can see it. So now what we need to do first is to purge our wand. So we'll give that a bit of a purge to get rid of get rid of any condensation in the wand. There we go, so she's getting rid of a bit of the water in there. Okay, turn that off. Bring our wand back out. Now, what we need to do, this is where it gets a little, let that settle for a bit. Okay, so now to steam our milk, I'll put the wand up, and we need to insert it just enough to cover cover the tip. We'll put that over now. Now you probably can't see this, but what I'm aiming for is to stretch the milk first. Oops, missed that one. You just need to hear like a paper shredding, and to create a whirlpool with the milk, which we are doing. So the amount of time that we do this, the more the volume increases on the milk as to what you're going to be getting. So I'll lower that down. I'm getting a nice little rush. You can see I can see it's stretching quite nicely. And then I'll drop the tip down just enough, or a bit too many bubbles. Okay, so we're getting close to what we want. And I'll shove that off. Give that a quick wipe. Now that, well, I stopped that at about 60, 65, and that should climb back up to about what we want. Purge your wand again, turn him off, and then let that settle. No, right, now we've got quite a few bubbles in this. So what we're going to need to do is to try and get rid of some of this. I may have overdone this with too much air, so it's probably more along the lines of perhaps a cappuccino, but nevertheless we'll see how we go when we pour it. Now I am definitely not one for latte art, although I have done the advanced barista's course, so we will see. We'll see how we go. Alright, so that's nice, and that's probably well and truly too much than what we want, so I might just nip around to a solid surface, so I'll just bear with us for a sec. Okay, so we've managed to get rid of quite a few of these bubbles. It looks like we've got a nice silky smooth milk there. We did that by just tapping the jug down on a solid surface and swirling it as such, which has created a nice silky foam. Now the next step for us, and we'll see how we go with this, I'll have to pull this up and see how we go. So we've got our shot there. Now I don't know whether I'm going to pick this up, but we'll see what happens. So tilt the glass, pour it on. That's very thick, so yep, we would normally just swirl him around. But we do have a hell of a lot of foam, so I think we'll turn this into a cappuccino, I think. So we've got a nice level of yep, so it's pretty well, I'd say that's pretty well a cappuccino. I think a nice thick froth at the top there, and then we've got a nice blob on the top. In hindsight, I think what we should have done was probably not, as I'm probably still a bit new to this, but we shouldn't have had so much air entrained into it henceforth, which would have got rid of a lot of the bubbles. But nevertheless, we still ended up a nice. We probably could have split the milk, which is another way of doing things. You would split the milk by pouring it into another jug, and using the milk itself, and then coming back with your foam. So we might have a look at that in another video. So that's the insight with this machine. But nevertheless, we've made I would say a cappuccino in a glass, but was intended to be a latte. But we learn by our mistakes, and we learn as we go through. So with this machine, again, the simple part of it was having the impress puck system. We didn't have to try and get our dose right or our grind right or things like that. We already had our grind set to, I think it's about 12 to 13. I should have checked at that, but everything came up. It told us we had a low dose, so we increased it till we got it right once the green light came on. Then we brewed our coffee using the double button with a double basket. Then steamed our milk. So I think on that note, I think we will wrap this one up. And if you, hopefully this has helped a few people. I've certainly learnt a bit about it doing this. So to those who have subscribed, thank you very much. If you like the video, hit the like button, hit the notification bell for future uploads. And as I've always said, please do hit the subscribe button. I'm intending on doing some more videos with some of these other machines I have. Now that I've got myself a little bit of a studio set up here. So once again, as I say, thank you for watching.